Hi, I'm Becca,
And I'm Kim.
and we're going to show you how to get started on LucidChart. To begin, you click on the link that Dr. Pulamud gave us in the syllabus, lucidchart.com/e/pulamud.tcnj.edu. It'll take you to this page where you can create a new LucidChart account. You will use your TCNJ email and password to sign up, and then you should receive a confirmation email when your account is ready. That looks like this. You can click the button to start diagramming. Here I'm going to log in with my existing account, and it'll bring you to this page.
Now let's start making our first document. To create a document, you go over to the plus document selection and click the drop-down list. And this will give you the option for several templates. The one we're going to be working with is the UML template, which you can find by scrolling along the side and then clicking. Then you can select more specific ones. We're just going to be using the blank UML for this tutorial. So click that and you get to start drawing.
So when you start a new document, this Getting Started box comes up and it gives you tips on how to format your diagram, but for now we're going to skip the tips. And here is your blank UML document. Now I'm going to talk about the menu bar. That's this bar right here. This is the menu bar, and it's similar to one that you've seen in Microsoft Office or Google Docs. The LucidChart symbol right here on the top left will allow you to go back to your previously saved documents or access your user settings. All the other menu options should be familiar, like File, Edit, View, Arrange, and Insert. One interesting feature about LucidChart is that despite the Save option in the File menu, changes save automatically, similar to Google Docs.
Okay, to start with, we're going to be looking at the toolbox, which is located on the left side of the page. Now, this has a variety of features that you can add to your document, everything including text box, is hotspots, which we will talk about later, shapes and various UML graphics. There's a user images feature that allows you to access images from older documents. And there's more shapes option, which allows you to access different graphics libraries from other templates. As you can see here, only some of these are checkmarked, ones that would potentially be useful for a UML document, but if you need others that aren't there, you can select them and save, and if you end up with too many, you can remove some as well. Now we're going to show you how to construct a basic use case diagram, which is a type of UML diagram. And to start off with, we're going to select a few actors. And sort of plop them in. You can rename them by clicking in the space underneath them. So we'll name this one browser. And we could plop a few more in too, which, you can label just the same way if you want to. We'll call this user. And we'll call this one administrator. And then we'll put in one last one, and we'll call this one server. Okay, so now we're going to add two containers, which you can also rename. And we'll rename this one server, just again by clicking in the little box with the text in it. And we'll add one more, which we'll call browser. Okay, and then we're just going to add some use cases. So we'll make one that says start stop. And another one that says serve page, which again you can just place it in, reshape it as you so desire, and you can alter the text. And then how about two more? One that says set target URL. And one last one that says receive page. And there you have it. We have the beginnings of a UML diagram.
So we're going to look at this menu bar on the right side of the page, which is called the dock. There are a bunch of different tools that you can use in the dock to modify your UML diagram. This first one is navigation, and it's kind of like a zoom. It allows you to change what part of the diagram is being focused on the screen. But since we have a pretty small diagram, you can't really tell. Here we can zoom in. And then this is the graphics button, and allows you to customize and format graphics with color and style options. So if I were to click on this and change the colors, we can change the theme colors. This next button is the metrics button, and it allows you to change position and size of the different shapes, but you can have them exact. Here we can change the size of the container. You can click on the actor and change the size. Next is text, and it allows you to modify fonts, size, and indentation of your text. This is the page settings, which has page layout options where you can change the margins, the page size, and then there's an auto paginate feature here where it expands the page size automatically. So if you were to be diagramming on part of the page that's not completely shown, it will make the page bigger. This is the master page option, and it creates a master page that serves as a template for the rest of your diagram. So if you were to add pages to your diagram and you set this one as the master, every other page will have the same layout, and you can lock the images for each page. This is the history, and it allows you to view all of your previous changes to your document. The layers option allows you to modify and toggle through layers, which we'll talk about later. The presentation allows you to view your document as a slideshow, so you can highlight and pick different slides. And this is the tutorials option, and it gives you access to all of the LucidChart videos for information about all of the features that we talked about.
Alright, next we're going to be talking about the properties bar. Now, when you hover your mouse over various objects, you'll see these 4 arrows, and those indicate that you can click on the object and then move it around. However, if you hover just slightly next to the object, you'll see this plus sign, and when that plus sign is visible and you click on it, it'll allow you to draw an arrow from one object to another. Now, the properties bar gives design options for these connecting lines and arrows. On the far left is the themes button. Note that changing the theme of the shapes will also change the arrows. And along the properties bar are traditional font and shape options, which you might be familiar from in other things like PowerPoint. And in addition, there are options to modify the arrowheads and their orientation. You can also double click on a shape or an arrow to add text. And now we're just going to sort of play around a little bit with the arrows, and you feel free to as well, and play with the properties as well.
Now we're going to show you how to work with layers in LucidChart. Now we can insert any of these shapes and containers into our diagram, but we can also insert what's called a hotspot into our diagram. You can click any of the shapes you already have, or you can insert it new, but I'm going to click Administrator, and if you right click on it and click Create Hotspot, it actually creates a clickable shape that is linked to an action. Now here's the list of actions. You can toggle layers, show layers, hide layers, and then you can do things outside the page, like link to a new page, or an external link, or a link to an email. But for now, we're going to work with the toggle layers feature. Now we don't have any layers in our document yet, so we're going to create a new one, and I'm going to call it Layer 1. And you click the plus sign to add it. Now we're going to make sure that it's selected and press done. And now this administrator link will link to layer 1. If I double click on layer 1, it brings me to what this layer looks like. See how there's nothing on it. So I'm going to add a shape to layer 1 next to the administrator. Now when I click on the administrator, this star should appear because this administrator is a hotspot. And with the hotspot, LucidChart will be able to sense when someone clicks inside the shape, and it will follow the action that you assign to it. Now, in order to make the layer visible initially, you must check the box next to the layer where this eyeball appears. But if you want it hidden initially, you have to uncheck it. You can test out your layer by clicking on the Present button, and this gives a demo of what your diagram will look like and how the hotspots work when published. So we're going to click the Present button and see how this is the first layer, but Administrator is a link, and then the second layer appears. And then to exit out of the demo, you can just click the Escape button. Layers help create an interactive situation within your diagram.
Next, we're going to be talking about the share and collaboration options. The share button is located in the upper right corner of the screen. And similar to Google Docs, you can collaborate with other classmates by emailing users or groups, or you can generate a viewable link to your document. You can allow others to edit, share, view, and comment. And then you have the option of publishing your document as URL, PDF, or image. This feature will create a viewable link to your interactive diagram. If you have your own web page, you can embed your diagram into an HTML editor with the provided embedded code.
When collaborating on documents with other students, you have the option of chatting while working on the document, which you can click on in the bottom left corner. Additionally, if you would like to comment on anything in the document, you can click on the symbol, right-click, and click Add Comment. Additionally, you could also click the yellow quotation symbol in the top right corner. And you have the option of writing a comment for all the collaborators to view, and you can resolve the comment once the issue is fixed. You can also reply to comments. Similar to comments, you can right-click on the shape and click Add Note. Notes involve less interaction and are more used for documentation.
We hope that you have gained a basic understanding for the features and tools that LucidChart has to offer. In addition to our video, there are numerous LucidChart tutorials on both their website and their YouTube channel.
For future reference, you can visit our wiki page. Thanks for watching!